With a news update on WHTC Holland's Cool FM, I'm Gary Stevens. A 35-year-old Goebbels man may not see freedom again until the year 2028. Yesterday, U.S. District Court Judge Robert Jonker in Grand Rapids sentenced Brandon Piper to 21 months in federal prison on a felony charge of conspiracy to introduce misbranded drugs into the market, with the intent to defraud and mislead the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as well as consumers. Prosecutors claim that he helped perpetrate an extensive scheme to import unapproved and misbranded prescription drugs, including peptides, into the U.S. from China for public distribution through both an unnamed Canadian website as well as his own Milestonepurity.com. Piper purportedly engaged in this activity from October of 2023 through May of 2025. He could have faced up to 5 years in prison on the charges. One of Piper's co-defendants in the case, Maisie Nichols, is slated to be sentenced on related felony counts on September 15th. Unemployment took a dip along the lakeshore and across the state last month. In not seasonally adjusted numbers from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, disclosed yesterday by the Michigan Department of Technology, Management, and Budget, joblessness stood at 4.1% in Ottawa County and 3.9% in Allegan County. This is a slight dip of a tenth of a percentage point and 0.3 respectively from May's levels. Well, 2 years ago, those figures stood at 5.1 and 5.2% respectively. This didn't come as a surprise to Dr. Brian Long, Director of Supply and Management Research with the Seidman College of Business at Grand Valley State University, who canvasses purchasing managers monthly to compile his West Michigan Current Business Trends report.
It's good to see that the unemployment rates are now starting to edge lower, probably as a response to the strong new orders and equally strong output numbers we reported in our most recent survey.
State officials say that 79 of the 83 counties in Michigan had lower unemployment rates in June. All 18 major labor markets saw dips in joblessness, and both employment and workforce levels were down over the month and the year. 2 red letter annual events along the lakeshore get underway this evening. The Venetian Fest includes concerts, poker runs, a duck dash, and fireworks over a 36-hour period, bringing thousands into the Saugatuck-Douglas area. According to Saugatuck Mayor Holly Anderson,
it's a lot of people come into town for Venetian, and it's just a fun event. And Rotary puts it on, and all of the money they gather from that goes to support their local causes, including the Boys and Girls Club. So it's a huge fundraiser for the community and a great fun for everybody who goes.
Meanwhile, the 10-day Grand Haven Coast Guard Festival is over 35 family-friendly events spread out through August 2nd, with organizers expecting over 350,000 to attend the activities, which includes concerts, parades, fireworks, Coast Guard ship tours, and more. Online links for more information on these festivals is in this story at WHTC.com. One of the Lakeshore's community leaders has been appointed to a statewide panel. Richard Day of Allegan, a state fire marshal supervisor, was tabbed yesterday by Governor Whitmer to a newly created one-year term on the Michigan Elevator Safety Board. This body establishes rules and prepares examinations in relation to contractor licenses, as well as conducting hearings to determine whether an elevator contractor license or a certificate of competency or commission should be suspended or revoked. A former Allegan city mayor, Day has been a board member of the Allegan Area ESA for 7 years and is currently the president of the Allegan County Fair's Executive Board of Directors. The state senate must sign off on this appointment by the governor. The Kalamazoo Department of Public Safety has arrested 2 people for a robbery and assault yesterday afternoon near the Bodega Market on West KL Avenue. The victim is hospitalized after officers say he was severely assaulted but have not released his condition. The suspect was caught less than a mile east of Beacon Hospital on Gull Road after fleeing. No names have yet been disclosed. Meanwhile, a teenager under 18 years old is in police custody after a stabbing that happened at Ken Burke Court of Condominiums off of Michigan Avenue in Kalamazoo.
Happened just before 2:15 yesterday afternoon. The victim is hospitalized. Suspect was arrested at the scene. Police say the two knew each other, but they have not said what led to the stabbing. No names at this point have yet been released. I'm Michael Arney.
Muskegon Heights City Hall has been raided in a federal drug investigation. City Attorney T. Smith said the office had representatives present for the raid to ensure the legal rights of city officials were respected and protections afforded to city employees were upheld. The FBI, U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration, IRS, and Michigan State Police conducted the raid yesterday. The Muskegon County Prosecutor's Office said it was part of a countywide investigation. No arrests, though, were made. Cyclosporasis cases in Michigan are continuing to increase. The Michigan Department of Health and Human Services says there are now 7,664 confirmed cases and 160 have been hospitalized. The intestinal illness is caused by a parasite and causes sudden and explosive diarrhea. Most of the cases in Michigan have been in the southeast part of the state. Trespassing into secured areas of the Mackinac Bridge is now a felony. Governor Whitmer signed a bill yesterday, sponsored by Republican Senator John DeMoose of Harbor Springs, to designate the non-public areas of the bridge as a protected key facility. The governor's office said it would strengthen safety and security at the Big Mac Bridge and will also protect lawful assembly and peaceful protests. Michigan State University men's basketball coach Tom Izzo, along with former governors Jim Blanchard and John Engler, apparently helped sway Michigan State's president to stay in East Lansing. Kevin Guskiewicz had accepted the job of president at Clemson University earlier this spring, but the trio, along with others, talked him into remaining with the green and white. Blanchard said Izzo greatly helped the effort to galvanize support. Engler added, Tom Izzo is my hero. Jim and I are just part of the team. Blanchard said that Guskiewicz has the potential to be the best president at MSU in modern history. Dylan Dingler's RBI double in the eighth inning broke a 3-3 tie as A.J. Hinch's Tigers edged the visiting Kansas City Royals last night 4-3.
It was just piecing it all together. You know, we went from being down and kind of sluggish today to the jolt from Outman's homer, and we get to take the lead, and that switched the entire plan, and then it looked like I was going to use everybody, and gutsy performance at the end by guys that we've leaned on them a lot, and they came through tonight with a big character win.
The series at Comerica Park in Detroit continues this evening with coverage from Dan Dickerson at 6:15 p.m. on WHTC Holland's Cool FM. Idle last night, the Chicago Cubs faced the Pirates in Pittsburgh this evening. Idle last night, the White Sox entertained the Houston Astros at Wright Field in Chicago this evening. A bases-loaded walk to Ian Petrutz in the bottom of the ninth inning enabled the Peoria Chiefs to get past the visiting West Michigan Whitecaps last night 1-0. The series at Dozier Park continues this evening. Get the latest news anytime at WHTC.com.